Hi everyone, I am Agentic. So in the previous video, I showed the project demo and also explained the workflow how the project structure has been done. So in this video, I am going to start the coding part like creating directories, creating in more virtual environments and installing libraries and also generating API keys for LLM which is 2.5, Gemini 2.5 Flash and also API keys and URL for Quadrant database. So let me share my screen and create a file in which we are going to create our project. So mkdir desktop agentic rag project cd desktop. Let me go in that directory agentic RAG project and let me open VS Code in this folder or directory. So now it has been opened. So the first thing which I want to do in this project is create a template file in which all the project structure code will be there. So let me create a template.py and so this is a GitHub repo of this Agentic RAG project which I have already built. So everything, all the code is here. So I am just copy from here and paste there. Okay, so this template.py, let me select all, Control C, Control V. So let me explain the code here. So these are two important imports, pathlib module and this OS module. So these are the module which help us to create folders for this project, and the main file name is this src, and here the list of files like init components, init at doc to quadrant generate message, and all these files like app.py, requirement.txt, setup.py, py project.toml. So these are important files that will be created after this running this template.py. So this is the main code here. So if you can it is the loop that iterate over this list of file names. Then this file path will be created by this path module, and then a file directory and file name will be created by splitting this file path. And if that file exists, then it will not make it. Otherwise, if that does not exist, so it will create that. So let me run this uh, python template.py, and here you will see. So now you can see that all the project structure has been done. So let me show you. Here it is, components, all the files in its exception, all the files logger, and this pipeline, and then app.py, pyproject.toml, requirement.txt, setup.py, and this also template.py. Now the project structure has been done, has created. So I'm going to add code in these three files: setup.py, requirement.txt, and pyproject.toml. And also one thing which I want to mention, that I am going to use this src as an internal module. So I will use their code in object oriented way. So I will also install this as internal module, and for that thing I will explain later what is it. So let me add code, and I will provide this GitHub repos link in this in the description, so you will be able to get all the codes from here. So let me add the code, setup.py. Now all the code has been added in these three files, and I will explain line by line. So the first thing which I want to explain in this is requirement.txt, that is all the libraries that will be required for this project. So this streamlit will be used for creating web app. This langchain Google Gen AI will be used for LLM, that because I'm using Gemini 2.5 flash in this project. Langchain for abstraction, LangGraph for creating workflow and stateful uh, message, and this quadrant, these two libraries will be used for quadrant database, and these two libraries will be used for type validation and data validation. And this last, it is most important because it will create this src folder as an internal module. So this is the code of setup.py. It will take this src folder and create that as internal module. So here you can see the name version of this module, like 0.1. You can put your name here, you can put your gmail here, and it will, this setup.py will be called in this pyproject.toml. So previously I said that these two works together, so here it will, let me show the code. So here the name of src project, description agentic RAG project, you can put your name here, your email. So here tool.setup tool, so setup.py will be called there, and it will install this src as internal module. And also here this requirement.txt, all this library will be called. Now we have to create virtual environment to install these libraries. So I have created a small workflow to help with that. So here it is. So write code on setup.py and pyproject.toml, so which we have done. So this is the command for creating virtual environment, and then after creating that you can activate by this command, so which I have already created this. So let me activate my virtual environment. So conda activate visa. So now my virtual environment is active. You can see base, first it was base, now it is visa. And then you can run this command to install all the requirement libraries. So pip install -r requirement.txt, which I have already created, installed. So and after that you can do pip list. So if I do pip list, now you can see all the code which has been run. So here it is, this home desktop agentic RAG blocks. So this project, okay. There are two things that are important. One is Google Gemini API key, that will be helpful to get access of this LLM, that is Google Gemini 2.5. And other thing is quadrant URL and API key, that will be used to create a collection in the vector database. And also to fetch we need quadrant API key. So let me show how you can get these. So on this website ai.studio.google.com, you can get, you can create your API key. Let me show you. Click on this create API key and you can create Gemini API key after this. And on this website cloud.quadrant.io, you can create. So I have already created a cluster, so you can here create a cluster like this. So here it is. So you can name your cluster, let it be default. You should choose this Google provider, like their cluster provider, cloud provider, and choose this North Virginia, and everything, keep everything like this, and you can create cluster. So I have already created, a cluster for free tier, so that's why it is saying me to add payment. But if you do it for the first time, it will let you create for the free tier. So this is how you can create.